My car died 3 miles past the last exit sign, completely dead, and I just sat there watching semis shake the whole damn vehicle. My phone barely had a signal, and the tow truck said they'd be at least 2 hours. Then this white pickup pulled up behind me, and out stepped a guy who looked like a friendly contractor, mid-50s, with a gentle voice that offered to help. He said his name was Gary and told me about a rest stop a mile ahead, suggesting I wait there. I stayed with my car, but when it wouldn't even turn over for the heater, I had no choice but to start walking. When I got to the rest stop, there he was, sitting on a picnic bench, reading a Western. He offered me water, kept his distance, and seemed perfectly harmless. We talked for a while, just small talk. But then he started to watch the other cars, the way they drove past, and he turned to me with this strange, knowing look. He said he wondered what good it was being careful if the danger didn't look like danger. He leaned forward, and his voice got really low, telling me his wife had warned their daughter to stay away from him, to never trust him. She called him a monster, even though he'd never hurt anyone. Then he told me he'd been driving this route for 3 years, stopping at this exact rest stop because he knew people broke down out here. He'd seen women, alone, just like me, and he thought about it. He told me he'd thought about what it would be like, the sounds it would make, how it would feel in his hands, whether they'd fight or freeze or beg. He said he'd walked women to the very edge of those parking lot lights, just like he was walking me, and imagined it so clearly he couldn't tell the difference between what he'd done and what he only wanted to do. I froze, absolutely terrified. My tow truck text came in 20 minutes away, and he just smiled and said, "Now you believe me, good." He told me to go wait for my ride, and then he just got in his truck and drove away, back into the night, like any other person going home. The real horror isn't what he did, but what he sis, and the terrifying thought that he's still out there just driving, waiting for the circumstances to be right, and you'll never know until it's too late. Just like you'll never know if this is a real story, or if you've been tricked into watching this whole time.